something just snapped in the TPUSA universe. And this time, Erika Kirk might not recover from it. You know when a public figure tries to act squeaky clean, but the internet finds that one receipt that ruins everything? Yeah, that's exactly what just happened. Candace Owens didn't just pull out the receipts, she pulled out the entire invoice, the screenshots, the emails, and what looks like a six-figure scandal brewing right under Turning Point's polished smile. But here's the twist, Erika Kirk thought she could stay silent, play the grieving widow card, and move on while the smoke cleared. Except, this time, the smoke turned into a full-blown inferno. The same influencers who once stood beside her are now backing away like they've seen a ghost. Leaks steam is! And boardroom whispers are painting a whole different picture, one that could shake TPUSA's entire foundation. So, the real question is, what did Candace find that made Erika's entire act crumble in real time? Why are insiders suddenly panicking about missing funds and deleted messages? Something's not adding up here. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why Erika Kirk's world is collapsing, piece by piece. When the first screenshots hit the timeline, no one believed they were real. A few cryptic tweets, a couple of blurred Telegram screenshots, and then, boom, Candace Owens drops what she calls the proof they told me never to show within minutes. TPUSA's name is trending again, this time tied to the words cover-up, embezzlement, and Erika Kirk for months. Erika had played the part of the soft-spoken reformer, the widow, the humanitarian, the woman trying to heal the movement. Her Instagram was full of faith quotes, coffee cups, and inspirational captions about resilience. But behind those filters, according to Candace's receipts, something darker was brewing: secret payments, personal favors disguised as donations, and a private chat labeled simply E-Team. The messages showed strategy meetings that sounded less like political planning and more like a reality show alliance. Candace claimed she stumbled upon it accidentally. She was invited to a closed-door donors dinner, she said, and an anonymous whistleblower slipped her a flash drive. On it, receipts, literal PDF receipts, listing consulting fees wired to Erika's personal LLC. The same week, TPUSA announced budget cuts and laid off junior staff. Coincidence? Not in this movie. Within hours, the conservative commentary space exploded. Meme pages posted side-by-side screenshots. Erika preaching humility on stage versus Erika's name on a five-figure payment labeled strategic partnership. Hashtags like #Erika emails and #TPUSA scandals started trending. YouTubers dove in headfirst, dissecting every pixel of every screenshot. Notice the timestamp. One said, "It's exactly 2 days after Charlie's memorial event. Who is authorizing payments that week?" And while the internet ate it up, Erika stayed silent. Not a tweet, not a statement, just a sudden flood of comments turned off across her platforms. To fans, that silence screamed guilt. To critics, it was blood in the water. Everyone wanted the next chapter, and Candace was more than happy to deliver it. In her next podcast episode, titled "The Truth They Tried to Hide," Candace went all in. She described late-night phone calls, anonymous legal advisors, and messages from former insiders terrified of retaliation. The story she painted wasn't just about money, it was about manipulation. According to her, Erika used the sympathy surrounding her husband's death to gain control inside TPUSA, quietly pushing out rivals and aligning herself with donors who wanted influence. Not ideals, then came the quote that lit the match: "You don't get to cry widow while cashing checks from the organization your husband built." That one sentence went viral overnight. The backlash was nuclear. Fans flooded comment sections. Some defended Erika, calling Candace cruel. Others said it was about time someone said it. Screenshots turned into reels. Reels turned into exposes. And suddenly, the woman once hailed as a symbol of grace was being painted as the villain in her own story. But here's where things get wild. The so-called leaks didn't just point at Erika. They hinted at something bigger. Private meetings involving top donors, hidden partnerships, and a silent reshuffle inside TPUSA's leadership. Anonymous insiders claimed Erika had become the unofficial power broker, deciding who spoke at conferences and who got funding. And if the receipts were true, her influence was far beyond symbolic. By midweek, rumors were spiraling faster than anyone could control. Influencer friends began quietly deleting old photos with Erika. Podcasts that once praised her started uploading "We need to talk about this" thumbnails. A few conservative figures even unfollowed her in real time. And, of course, fans noticed. The internet never misses a follow back, but here's the thing. Candace wasn't done yet. She hinted that the first batch of receipts was just phase 1, in her words. "You think these screenshots are bad? Wait until you see who approved them." The crowd went wild. Twitter turned into a digital courtroom. People began guessing names, connecting dots, building conspiracy boards. Some even suggested government involvement. Was TPUSA being audited? Was this hush money? The theories got crazier by the minute, and, in the middle of it all, Erika kept pretending nothing was happening. She posted a story with a Bible verse about standing firm through trials, which fans instantly screen-grabbed and mocked. "Sis, this ain't persecution. This is papal," one user commented. The sarcasm was brutal. The meme's unstoppable. The meme's unstoppable. By Friday, it wasn't just an online drama anymore. A small-town newspaper in Arizona, conveniently near TPUSA headquarters, claimed they'd been contacted by a disgruntled ex-staffer ready to go public. That's when the story stopped being gossip and started feeling like an investigation. Everyone was waiting for the next leak, the next name, the next domino to fall. And that's exactly where Candace came back in. She tweeted one line that made the internet freeze. The receipts weren't the end, they were the beginning. When Candace tweeted the receipts weren't the end, they were the beginning, everyone knew something massive was coming. The comment sections exploded instantly. Faces started trending before she even said what it was. You could feel the tension online, the kind where the audience isn't scrolling anymore. They're refreshing. 2 days later, she delivered. On her podcast, Candace appeared calm to calm. She opened with a smirk and a line that could have come straight from a courtroom drama. "You can delete screenshots, but you can't delete bank records." Then she dropped the bomb, an alleged 42-page document labeled Internal TPUSA Audit Summary Confidential. She claimed it was sent to her by a source close to the board. The document listed payments, transactions, and what Candace described as a trail of money that leads straight to Erika Kirk's front door. The internet went ballistic. The file, real or not, looked official. It had logos, signatures, and highlighted sections that referenced consulting expenditures and speaker reimbursements in one section. A payment of $87,000 was logged under Motivational Outreach Services, authorized by E. Kirk LLC. Candace pointed at it and said, "Motivational outreach? Or emotional extortion?" The clip hit 1 million views in under 12 hours. Within hours, the TPUSA PR team scrambled. Their official account posted a short statement. "These claims are categorically false and defamatory." But by then, it was too late. Screenshots of the audit were everywhere. TikTok, Reddit, Telegram, even WhatsApp and e-groups. Memes flooded the feed, Erika's smiling photos overlaid with dollar signs, and the caption "Motivational Outreach." But make it luxury, then came the audio. Candace teased it mid-episode. "You think I'm bluffing?" Let's hear Erika's own voice. The clip was grainy, but explosive. A woman sounding exactly like Erika was heard saying, "We can't show those numbers to donors. They'll freak out." Whether it was real, edited, or deepfake didn't even matter. The court of public opinion had already decided. "She's done," one comment read. "Pack it up, TPUSA Barbie." And it wasn't just fans talking. Other conservative voices started distancing themselves publicly. One of TPUSA's sponsors quietly pulled their funding, citing reputational concerns. Another political influencer tweeted, "The movement's been hijacked by influencers pretending to be saviors." Everyone knew who that was aimed at. Meanwhile, Erika's team tried to push back. Her assistant released a carefully worded statement denying any misuse of funds and calling the leaks coordinated harassment. But Even that backfired. Internet sleuths noticed the statement was posted from an iPhone logged in from Scottsdale, the same location tied to TPUSA headquarters. So she's still there? People asked. Still cashing checks? The contradictions only fueled the fire, and then the emails surfaced. A Substack journalist, self-proclaimed political truth hunter, claimed he received dozens of forwarded messages between Erika and TPUSA's donor department. Some were benign, others not so much. One message allegedly read, "Let's redirect the funds to the secondary outreach account. Candace doesn't need to see this." Another said, "We'll fix it before the next audit." Now, whether any of that was legit didn't even matter. It was believable. The narrative had already taken on a life of its own. Erika became the villain of the week, the embodiment of hypocrisy, preaching virtue while allegedly moving money behind the scenes. In response, Erika tried to pivot. She uploaded a YouTube video titled "The Truth About the Lies," sitting in a minimalist white room, wearing all black, eyes red from what looked like staged tears. For the first 5 minutes, she talked about spiritual warfare, online persecution, and how grief can be misunderstood, but the internet wasn't buying it. Comments were brutal. Where's the audit? Where's the money? This isn't a sermon, it's a cover-up. The clip that sealed her fate came right after Candace posted a snippet of Erika's video with the caption, "If you have to cry on camera, you've already lost the argument," within minutes. That post had more engagement than Erika's entire apology video. Meanwhile, TPUSA insiders began whispering to journalists. Anonymous tips hinted that the board was planning an emergency meeting. Words like internal review, temporary suspension, and donor freeze started circulating in leaks. By the weekend, major outlets were picking it up. Fox Nation, OANN, even fringe podcasts jumped in, each adding their own twist. Some called it a betrayal. Others said it was karma. And through it all, Candace remained strangely quiet until one night she went live on Instagram and dropped one last cryptic line, "You haven't even seen the private messages yet." That's when everyone collectively lost it. What messages? Who else was involved? The rumor mill turned at lightning speed. Some claimed she had texts showing Erika manipulating donors after Charlie's death. Others said she was blackmailing insiders to keep them loyal. Every theory got darker than the last. By this point, the scandal wasn't just about Erika anymore. It was about the entire conservative influencer ecosystem. Everyone started wondering who else was cashing outreach money, who else had side LLCs, and who might be next in line for exposure. It became less about truth and more about spectacle. And, as the memes, breakdown videos. And 10 things you missed in the TPUSA receipts content filled every feed. One thing was clear, Erika Kirk wasn't just losing her credibility, she was losing her allies, her reputation, and maybe even her control of the empire she once quietly ruled. By the time Monday morning hit, TPUSA's crisis team was in full-blown panic mode. Overnight, the story had spilled out of conservative circles and landed on mainstream blogs, gossip channels, and even late-night comedy segments. Headlines screamed faith, power, and missing funds, and Turning Point turns toxic. What started as internet drama was now being treated like a national scandal, and at the center of it all was Erika Kirk, whose silence had gone from mysterious to incriminating. Candace Owens, meanwhile, was basking in vindication. Her new YouTube video, Phase 3, The Cover-Up, had already hit 1 million views before noon. She sat there, calm but lethal, flipping through printed receipts like a prosecutor building her closing argument. "We've seen the payments. We've heard the voice note. Now, let's talk about the fallout." And she did, according to Candace. Multiple TPUSA staffers were now being reassigned, a few quietly let go. Donors had allegedly frozen major contributions pending a third-party audit. She even claimed one insider told her, "This whole organization is about to implode." The quote went viral instantly, plastered across Twitter banners and Instagram reels with ominous background music. But what really shook people was Candace's next claim, that a private investigator, hired by concerned donors, had discovered offshore accounts linked to names suspiciously similar to Erika's aliases. The file names she flashed on screen looked legit enough: EK Holdings, Faithbridge Consulting, Revive Outreach LLC. Whether any of it was verifiable didn't matter. It sounded official, and that's all the internet needed. At this point, Erika's team couldn't stay quiet. They rushed to release a second statement, accusing Candace of false reporting and threatening legal action. But again, timing killed it. Just hours before the statement dropped, a leaked internal email surfaced showing TPUSA leadership discussing containment strategy. The line that stood out read, "Erika can't be the public face right now." Too volatile, that one sentence destroyed any illusion of control she had left. Suddenly, every major influencer who once backed her was pretending they never knew her. Podcast hosts cut her interviews from archives. Brands paused partnerships. Even her charity foundation website went dark, replaced with a bland under-maintenance message. It was digital exile, one post, one follow, one click at a time. But here's where things got surreal. Late Tuesday night, an anonymous Twitter account posted what it claimed were text exchanges between Erika and a senior TPUSA executive. The messages hinted at hush payments, reputation management, and secret NDA letters. The kicker? One text allegedly read, "Candace will never find this. We buried it under ministry expenses," within minutes. Hashtag buried receipts started trending globally. The next morning, Candace reposted that tweet with 3 words, "Oh yes I did." Boom, another explosion. The digital crowd went feral. People started posting side-by-side screenshots, timelines, theories connecting every dot imaginable. Reddit threads were mapping out entire TPUSA money trails with arrows, graphs, and color-coded charts like it was a Netflix crime docu series. By Wednesday, reporters camped outside TPUSA headquarters. Staff were seen entering with grim faces, avoiding cameras. Rumors of a board shakeup started swirling. Candace, smelling blood, went live again. This time, she didn't even speak for the first 30 seconds. She just played a dramatic montage of Erika's old speeches about honesty, virtue, and stewardship, overlaid with dollar signs and headlines. Then she leaned in and said softly, "They always preach transparency until someone turns the light on." Fans called it the kill shot. Comment sections filled with laughing emojis, flame icons, and the same sentence over and over. Candace ended her career. Meanwhile, Erika disappeared. Her socials went dark, her team stopped responding, and her foundation's donation links were quietly taken down. Some claimed she fled to her parents' home in Tennessee. Others said she was negotiating a settlement with TPUSA. No one really knew. But in the age of online exposure, silence was the loudest confession of all. Even government watchdog blogs picked up the trail, speculating about IRS probes and nonprofit violations. A fake but very convincing FEC filing leak circulated online, showing suspicious contributions funneled through Erika's network. Whether it was AI generated or not, people believed it. Truth had officially taken a backseat to spectacle. And then came Candace's final move, a goodbye message posted on X. It read, "I didn't want to expose her. I wanted the truth. The difference is, she forced my hand." Simple, sharp, cinematic. The post hit 2 million views in 3 hours. By now, Erika's image had gone from saint to scandal, from moral compass to meme template. The same audience that once quoted her speeches was now remixing them with clown filters and cash register sounds. Her legacy was shredded by pixels, sound bites, and receipts. Real or fake didn't even matter anymore. And just like that, the TPUSA family that once claimed to be unbreakable was fracturing in real time. Donors withdrawing, partners hesitating, influencers quietly rebranding, all because one woman underestimated how fast a rumor can evolve when the internet smells blood. As one viral comment summed it up perfectly, Candace brought the matches. Erika poured the gasoline. Tupia just caught fire, and in that moment, one thing became crystal clear. This wasn't just a feud, it was a cautionary tale. In an age where receipts speak louder than reputations, no one's untouchable. Not even the so-called saints of the movement, and that's the storm unfolding in real time. The fall of Erika Kirk and the scandal that rattled an entire empire. But what do you think? Is Candace Owens a truth teller exposing the rot, or just another player in a bigger power game? Drop your thoughts below. No filters, no BR talk, just raw opinions. Because around here, we don't follow headlines, we follow the truth. No matter how uncomfortable it gets, you're watching Exclusive Exposed, where rumors end and reality begins. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for the next reveal.